think that means we're live.
Yeah, we should be live by now, right? You got to give it like you have to give it like 5 seconds or 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, something like that. You always gotta give it a little bit of a let it do its thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, we already got like a ton of comments.
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know. I think some people are just really gagging for some, Keith and Thomas action.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Ain't that a thing? What are you doing? I'm just trying to get a decent picture of this beer, but I think that'll do. That'll be good enough. That'll be good enough. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Yeah. I'm decent. I'm had a long day at work, so I'm really ready for a few beers and a friend and just a little chat on stuff.
Let's do it.
What's in your glass, buddy?
A classic.
Oh, lovely. I heard you guys talking about that one. Oh man.
I don't know. I don't know if it's actually a classic. I've had it a few times. And when you said you were up to doing a live stream, I went and bought some more because
awesome. I am very much for that because we need good ales, good beers. Because I think you reviewed this one and Matt did, right?
I don't know if I reviewed this.
I seem to recall that you did, or did you have it during a live stream at some point?
Oh no, I had it. I think I had it during another live stream.
Or maybe I remember you drinking it.
Maybe I did. Maybe I did review it. I don't know. I kept one in the fridge because I was like, I don't know if I've reviewed this, and I want to, so I will. But maybe I did. Actually,
go check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump over here for a second, and where do I gotta go? Over here. All right. So what about you? What are you drinking? I kind of saw it, but
Berliner Landbier. I'm looking this one up because it's not a Berliner. It is a lager, and I'm not really sure which one they classified it as. So I'm just gonna quickly look it up on Untapped. Yeah, it's a Helles. That's what I thought. It's a Helles, just a crushable Helles, which is awesome to start a live stream off. So there we go.
Yeah. It doesn't look like I reviewed it. So
I think you set the time for the review at. You didn't specify that we're going to start at 9, did you? Because some people are complaining that they're like, "Is it? Oh, it's already 10 past." It's cool.
I forgot. I think I didn't set a time. I just created the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, and then like a little while ago, I was like, oh, it says it starts at 2, my time.
Yeah, because that's.
I was like, oh, that's not a. And it's weird because I didn't create the thing until like, I don't know, it was like almost 2:30 here by the time I.
That's weird because when I checked in StreamYard, it said that it was created at 1 minute past 8 for me, so that was 1 minute past 2 for you.
Oh, maybe it was that early. I didn't think it was that early. I don't know.
I don't really recall. But anyway, Steven is complaining about this, and that's his problem, not mine. Love you, Steven. We got Lars chiming in. Steven saying maybe we fell asleep. We did not.
Nope.
We got.
I'm just bad at.
Yeah, you're such a bad boy.
StreamYard thing. Yeah. I don't know.
You're such a bad boy. We got please like and share from Window Reviews interviews with Thomas. How you doing, buddy? It was not a time zone thing actually, but I was home late, but I was here already. But there you go. Renee, I actually do not have a Saison Dupont in my glass. Thank you very fucking much. I actually had one yesterday, and there is a good reason for this joke. But it has to do with my latest mystery beer review, and I'm not going to go into it just now because maybe not everybody's seen. No, I'm not going to go into that. I'll tell you later, though. We got Thijs chiming in with, "Hey, gentlemen," and that there's a beer mail underway. Awesome, brother. Awesome. Oh. That's always cool. Thank you for the beer mail. I'll do a live unpacking as soon as it's in. Here we go. So you got any plans for the weekend, buddy?
No, not really. Just this, and then after this, I'll probably do some cleaning, maybe, and then tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm doing because the whole hurricane thing, we're supposed to get rain and stuff, so I'm not sure yet.
You're far enough away from the hurricane for it to be a dangerous situation for you, right?
Yeah, it's just like residual rain stuff.
Yeah,
nothing bad.
Yeah, I get it. I figured as much. But I know because I mean, globally, a hurricane like that globally will have an effect.
Yeah,
we're having extra rain and some extra wind. Nothing in comparison to what Florida's having, of course, but we're noticing it. So it's like this global little thing. But yeah, is Katie at home or is she working?
She is at her parents' house.
Oh, okay.
Because she was like, I want to go hang out with my sister. I'm like, well, Thomas said we're going to do a live stream on Saturday. Or Thomas said, I asked Thomas if he wanted to do a live stream.
Because I was about to say, you're blaming me now? Thank you.
No. I was just wording it poorly like everything else. Yeah, so I asked you the other day if you wanted to do a live stream, and then Katie was like, I want to go hang out with my sister. And I was like, oh, that's great, because Thomas and I are going to do a live stream on Saturday. So
yeah, you can get wrecked and not have any,
We're alone.
So we're alone now. Yeah, this is nice. No, I mean, we haven't had opportunities to do plenty of live streams for a while, so I'm just glad we got to do this hangout. We got to do a few beer reviews together. That was nice, which we need to do.
Oh yeah,
we need to do again. Still,
it's so weird. I found that variant in one place, and then every other place I looked didn't have any.
Which variant was it?
It was I think it had coffee in it and coconut.
Let me check. Maybe I can get that one. Let me just check. Ale Smith. Ale Smith. They don't carry it right now. Speedway.
Yeah, it was Speedway Stout.
They don't carry it right now. Mr. Hub. Just checking 2 online shops that I know that carry stuff like this. So I'll just. No, that's also holy shit. That's expensive. I've seen a lot cheaper. I have seen a lot cheaper than this. That's a hefty price for that beer.
Yeah, it was.
No, but
yeah, Mostra coffee and coconut. That's the one. Yeah.
I think I've seen that one pop by.
Oh, this is from last year. Oh, when yours is from this year, right?
I think so, because the canning date is really smudged.
Oh, I wonder if those cans of that variant I saw are from last year.
Could be. I mean, I once bought a brewery beer. It turns out it was like a year old. So it could be.
That's what kind of beer was it?
I did it with Matt. Which one was it again? It was Thank God It's Tuesday, I think. Or so it's so thank.
Oh, good. It so happens
it's Tuesday, I think.
Yeah,
but it wasn't in a can. It was they don't really do the big bottles anymore, like hardly.
They do it for specific things.
I know, but I think if you get like the normal Tuesday, I think they still released that one in the 750s, but I think the rest of the stuff is supposed to be canned.
I have no idea. I don't pay enough attention to the brewery to know. Yeah.
How come?
What? I don't know.
How come?
There's just a lot of beer. This is too much.
Christ, it's insane. It's insane.
Too much.
I had this one.
Keep track.
I know, it's insane, and I have like I don't know how many tabs open right now. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 from a place where I sometimes get beers, and I'm like, oh, well, that one's already sold out, so there we go. Which beers like, maybe I want to order this one. Do I want to buy this one? I don't know. It looks good. It looks good. For example, they got the special edition Schwenkela Märzen, the unfiltered one.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very curious about that one. And they have the Bamberger Stiftsgartenbier, which I'm very curious about. So, I don't know. There's too much beer. There's too much beer.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just sit here comfortably in silence.
Yeah.
Just enjoy each other's company.
I'm tired.
Yeah, fuck that. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm knackered. I'm fucking knackered. This is just gonna be a bullshit live stream with stupid, silly discussions.
Yeah.
How many days have you worked this week?
This past week, like I think I worked like a full. I don't know. I think I worked like 4 days, but it was like 2 full days worth of work.
I get what you mean.
So
yeah, we were a little bit.
It was more annoying than actually working 2 full days.
I've got some 6-day work weeks coming up, so which is fine. I don't mind. It's fun to do.
You have some what?
6-day work weeks coming up. Got some extra things that need to happen, so I just do a little overtime, which is nice. Overtime is good.
Oh, like 6-day work weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were saying something else. I was like, I don't know what you're saying, but that's just because I was not listening, or my brain was just not.
You were not listening to me?
Doing the thing that's supposed to do.
You were not listening to me.
I was listening to you.
That's painful, man. That's hurtful.
I'm sorry.
I'll forgive you.
So, have you had any exciting beers or anything lately?
I had a few good ones. I had a great little, like your back to basic Russian Imperial. Had a lovely black IPA a couple of weeks ago. Like really, I think like a lot of people fuck up black IPAs, where they basically just take like a stout recipe or a porter recipe and just hop it the fuck up.
Yeah. And
I really want an IPA that happens to have darker malts in it.
Yeah.
And a lot of breweries don't always hit that mark correctly, if you ask me. But no, I had that one was nice. What are some of the few beers that I had?
How was that? What was it? Rauchweisen, whatever it was.
Oh yeah,
I tried to watch it, but the captions weren't available or something. So
that sucks. No, I loved it. I mean, it's not like it's not as smoky as the things that we really like those Schlenkelas and like the Märzens. I mean, I think you can compare it in smokiness somewhere in between like the Schlenkela Helles and the Schlenkela Märzen in terms of intensity of the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved it. It was very nicely done. It was lovely and refreshing and fruity, and it had that sort of like soft astringent thing that wheat gives you. So yeah, I liked it. It's very weird to have that beer. I hope it's going to be a readily available beer. I doubt it. It's probably like a one-off, so I'm probably going to go have to get a few cans. But it was like a $2.50 a can.
Oh,
and for a promotional thing, they sent 2. So there you go. That was fucking awesome. But
they sent it to you?
Yeah. I get shit like that sent to me sometimes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't hate me.
I barely get anything sent to me.
Oh, I send you my love all the time, but I don't think that's a...
It doesn't count because it's not beer, Thomas. I told you, keep your love, send me beer.
I will do so. I'm just checking out some of the beers that I had lately. So this was a nice one. The Old Parochial. It was 13% ABV Imperial Wee Heavy or Scotch Ale.
Mm-hmm.
Barrel aged, and they used some smoked. They used some smoked malts in there, so that was nice.
Yeah.
It had like a peaty little thing in there. That was
there's a brewery started following me on Instagram, and so I was they're probably like an hour and a half from here. And I was like, oh, I've never heard of them. Whatever, I'll look at their tap list, see if it's. And they had a smoked wee heavy on there. And I think they might have had another smoked beer. Or no, they had a smoked wee heavy, and then they had like a couple like cool lager things, and I was like, okay, I'll follow you. Hopefully I could get down there while they still have the that smoked wee heavy, but
that sounds awesome. Not a lot of people do smoke wee heavies. By the way, for the people in the chat, for everybody who's watching, what are you guys drinking? What's everybody doing tonight? What's everybody having? Tell us. I'm gonna, in the meantime, by the way, drop a quick thing in Instagram stories for people who want to watch now, because this is on both of our channels, I believe, right? Yeah, yeah, it is. I just noticed.
Yep.
Let's quickly check my channel. Just No, and what about you? What have you been drinking lately? That was like really mind blowing.
Well, Beer Tuber Palooza was last weekend.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about that.
There's some pretty good things. There was also some pretty bad things.
As it should.
You know how we do to ourselves. Just like we did the people brought some quote unquote worst beers and we drank them.
Oh, like that Founders beer you brought last year, huh?
Yeah. Yep. We had that. We had the other Three Floyd's Secret Savages. That's just a terrible beer. It's not even like, I don't even know if you can call it a beer, or it's like, I don't know. It's just like so bad that it's like you can't even like quantify like what it is.
So explain the beer. What was
it's 10 in it. Oh wait, I still have the
show me.
I still have the bottle because I kept it because it's fucking. So Secret Savages by Three Floyds. They call it an American sour ale brewed with watermelon, and it's 10.4% alcohol by volume.
Jesus.
And then I'll read the little thingy here. It says, meet the new kid in our wild and sour ale program, Secret Savages. This tart and fruity ale harnesses the juicy power of watermelons and is conditioned for several months in our collection of wine and spirits barrels. Enjoy with friends and remember, it's not normal. And basically like it's so acidic that it's like, I think you've heard us talk about it. It's like stomach bile. Like,
is it possible that either Kyle and or Matt reviewed it earlier before?
They did.
I've seen it. Then I remember people talking about it. Yeah,
Matt reviewed it, and then Kyle reviewed it, and then Katie and I drank it because we were like, "Oh, it's the worst beer. We have to drink it." And it's like, no,
this is not fun.
No, not good.
How about no? I thought Three Floyds was pretty decent. I think I had some Three Floyds before. I had their,
Three Floyds is I've had some of their beers. Zombie Dust is Three Floyds.
That's the one. Zombie Dust was awesome. I love that one. That was a great IPA. So what else was cool and awesome at Beer Tuber Palooza?
Me and the Nerd Sense guys, I brought Katie and I went down to Asheville like a few weeks ago, and there's a brewery that does a lot of like, they brew a lot of beers based on like old recipes.
Mm-hmm.
So they have an IPA, and the recipe is circa 1840, and it's basically an IPA. It's all Otter Maris malt and East Kent Goldings hops, and it's just that. It's dry hopped with East Kent Goldings too, and then it's barrel aged with Brett, and it was me and the Nerd Sense guys drank it, and it was so good that we didn't share it with anybody.
No, you shouldn't. I mean, you should never share something like that. Well, you should share some of it with me. But that's just another reason for me to come over to the States as soon as I can.
No, definitely.
Yeah. I really got a little bit bummed out that I couldn't again. But, let's see. Steven's having a Jefferson. Now he's having a Katorga. Both are a stout from brewery Rijkshotel. Cheers to you, dude. Thijs is saying a beer melt to GB is also nice. I don't really understand what GB is. But okay. Good evening, guys. It's Gerber joining in. And Turtle saying hello, Steven. Still not sure what everybody's drinking in the chat, but this is probably going to be one of the most watched streams ever, but mostly because I think people are just not doing are doing other things on a Saturday. I mean, look at us. It's Saturday afternoon for you, and it's Saturday night for me, and we're talking into our computers or phones, and
instead of actually like doing things.
Yeah, like I could do an attempt at a social life.
Yeah, but what fun would that be?
No, I mean, because that means people. I don't like people. I like some individuals, but I don't like people. Having fun.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Is this thing? It looks like it's not going to my channel.
I think it is.
Okay. Here it is.
Let me go to your channel.
Okay, it's going on there, but when I look at it on my phone, it's not on there.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see it on my channel.
Oh, here.
It is on mine. It is. Let me just check. Where are you?
I got it. For some reason, it's not coming up in the YouTube studio app.
That's odd. Because if I go to 93 Lumber, I go to your page. It's definitely there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's good. You got any other beers lined up for tonight? I'm basically winging it.
Yeah, I got a couple.
What you got going?
I have.
I have a lovely bunch of coconuts. Here they are. Okay, never mind.
I've got a Oktoberfest from Zero Gravity.
Good.
I had this. I don't think I had. I might have had. I can't remember if Sean brought some of this to Beer Tuber Palooza. I don't remember if we opened one, but I had that a couple years ago. Zero Gravity makes really good lagers.
I've heard of them.
And then I have a Kolsch from Dissolver.
Thank you for
existing.
Nice. That is a Kolsch style ale. I like that they say Kolsch style ale, because technically it's only really a Kolsch if it's brewed within, what was it, like 25 or 50 kilometers around Köln. So there's a strict limit to that. You can't just brew a beer and call it a Kolsch. It has, even if you use the same ingredients. So I appreciate it when you say, like, it's a regional thing. Like Champagne is only Champagne if it's from the region Champagne. Same thing goes for Kolsch.
Wow. I did not know that. I don't think.
I think that's right. Am I now saying something stupid? No, I'm not, because I never say anything stupid. Kolsch Bier. Kolsch Drank. So yeah, here we go. Wikipedia. It's a it's not a lager. That's something that a lot of people sometimes forget.
It's just
it's
just what it's cold fermented ale. Okay,
yeah, it's I'll look that up. But the thing is, it can only be called a kolsch. Jesus, if it's brewed in or around Köln. And this is actually part of the Kolsch Convention. Since 1997, the word Kolsch is a regional beer specialty protected by the EU. So they're supposed to, if you're not brewing it, you're technically supposed to say it's a
Kolsch style.
Kolsch style, yeah.
Or
so the style is, yeah.
Ale.
The way that we know it is, it's the version of the way that we know it is modern. It's like 100 years old. It's very much. I'm just trying to look at a thing about, because it's. I had a discussion with somebody about this. A customer, not a discussion. He was a home brewer, and because you have bottom fermenting and top fermenting, right?
Yeah.
And somebody was. You can at yourself, Matt. It's joint stream, remember?
Oh, is it a bottom fermented ale?
Yeah, no, it isn't a top fermented ale. It's top fermented, but anyway, we're talking about it. If somebody asks you, is Kolsch bottom fermented or top fermented, you can basically answer yes, because it is an ale, but I think it uses. What was the thing, Matt? Do you know what was the story about Kolsch again?
Kolsch is cold fermented ale yeast. That's all it is.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not anything special. It's just cold fermented, like a lager. So it comes out crispier and stuff. There's nothing. It's just ale yeast. It's a Kolsch yeast. It's a Kolsch yeast. It's like probably the closest ale yeast to a lager yeast. But yeah, it is. It is. You know, it is what it is.
It's tasty. I actually have a Kolsch style ale.
Good day,
Sam. Maybe I'll grab that. How you doing, Sam? Maybe I'll grab that in a little bit, because that sounds good right now.
Yeah.
How you doing, Matt?
Drinking Miller
Pretty
High.
awesome. Pretty awesome, man. It's been a crazy week. Crazy week. Catching up on rest. From Pier 2 Palooza, like that took a lot out of me getting older. And all the stuff that I did, I left the day early and came home, did a podcast that day after and all that kind of stuff. And then work this week, we got, oh my God, dude. Like we had, I can't even tell you. So the place I work at, we got a new printer. It's like the size of like a small human. And a large human, a small car, I mean. And I brought that to the second floor up that.
Hot. Holy shit.
Yeah. That was Friday. So moving a 600-pound printer from in a home, in like this a home hallway, you know what I mean? It was insane. So yeah, yesterday was crazy. But other than that, everything's cool, man. Yeah.
Jeez.
How about you?
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're busy week at work. So I'm just crashing for a day, because next week is a 6-day work week. So I'm just hanging out with you guys, and tomorrow is just basically going to film some reviews and do nothing, make some good dinner, and try and catch up with some rest as well. And that's it. That's my life.
Nice.
Pretty good. Yeah. And Keith is just Keith, I think.
Yeah. Usual. The huge.
The huge, even. The huge. I like that. So you got any weekend plans, Matt?
Hanging with the kid, man. Hanging with the kid. Chores and hanging with the kid. The last weekend was my first time I was really ever away from my kid. So it was a little, bittersweet, fun stuff. So I got time to make up. So today I kind of wanted to get up early today and take him to the park and stuff like that. But we're getting hit with I guess the remnants of that hurricane that came through. So it's kind of dreary. I went outside. So I went and did a bunch of chores and just kind of did stuff around the house. Like literally my room is spotless. It's never been this clean. It probably doesn't look any different. But if you're in this motherfucker when it's all fucked up, it's like crazy balls insane. And it was crazy insane. And I just came back last night this morning and just went ape shit and cleaned it. So it's all pretty and nice. And ran around, got Chinese food, went grocery shopping, charged our wireless cameras up. So I did all that kind of stuff. So tomorrow's going to be hopefully nice enough for me to wake up early and take the kid to the park, me and him run around, huck him down a slide or two. It'll be awesome.
It's weird. The kid's like a year and a half already, man.
Yeah, you're older now. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he's awesome. The only thing, he's just not really talking a ton, and that's kind of got us a little worried. But we already have somebody coming in this week to kind of assess him and stuff like that. But other than that, like he's like hits all the check marks. Like he doesn't talk a ton, but he communicates. And I guess that's the big deal. Like he actually, like if you want something, he could tell you what he wants. He can he's communicating with you, just not using his words as much. But typically what happens with him is that we get really stressed about something. And then we ask somebody to help us, and the second they arrive, he's like, blah, 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 like doing the things that he wasn't doing, like, and proves us to be fucking fools. So hopefully that happens again. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know if he's not walking yet. And then like the nurse comes and he's like running around the fucking room like a fucking sprinter. I was like, yeah, of course he's an asshole. He's just fucking with us. You know what I mean?
But not even just like that. Like, I know this little one, and was a little behind in the speech as well, in talking and vocalizing things, and started getting a little bit up tempo around 3, and we're like a half a year later right now, and
can't shut him up.
It's like took a giant leap all of a sudden, and it's insane. So I always think that people expect that every kid develops at the same. So there's a few things, but some things just they take their time with.
There's also a perception. There's a perception issue with her kid too, because he's so big. So like, that's like we've been we've acted. Lisa and I are hermits, and we don't really go anywhere. But we've been going out of our way to like kind of get him around people. And more specifically, my wife, she's going to like mommy meetups and stuff like that. And like, he's the size of a 3-year-old. So like when he's around kids his own size, then you're like, well, he's not acting like, well, no shit, Sherlock, because the kids are 3 and he's fucking a year and a half old. So it's one of those things where you when he's standing next to kids his size, you kind of are like, wow, man, he doesn't talk like them. But like, yeah, because those kids are tiny, you know what I mean? Or normal sized, I should say. And our kids are fucking Andre the Giant.
I can't wait to see that kid in like 18 years or so standing next to you.
That's gonna kick my ass. He's gonna beat me up.
It's like he's 15 and you're telling him you're not going out tonight, son, and he's like, "Well, you're gonna do that. What do you want to do?"
Nah, he's gonna be a good boy. He's already a pretty timid and gentle. Actually, I'd like him to be a little bit more kind of risk taking, but he's getting there a little bit. But yeah, he's good. He's a cool kid.
Awesome. I'm gonna quickly grab my communication is gonna be fucked up today. Okay, just so you know, I'm gonna go quickly grab another beer. I'll be right back.
Yep. Get the Kolsch. I opened the Kolsch. Get the Kolsch. If you can hear me, which I don't know if you can.
What you up to today? This,
yeah.
Ooh, that's a sexy glass you got there.
Oh yeah,
they're the best, right? You can fit any beer in them, pretty much. Like they're gigantic.
Well, it's weird because that Soul Artisan, I think this is that glass, and
no, the Soul one was way smaller, dude.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Like at least 3-4 ounces smaller. Oh
yeah, maybe. I think that
it's the same exact shape. Yeah, it's the same exact shit. Well, actually, it's technically that one has a little softer curve to it. Like the Soul one, it was rounded, but it was a little harder at the turn. But yeah. Now, speaking of Soul, my fucking life's mission till next Beer Tube Palooza is get a floating world. I will get one. I will fucking find one. There's got to be one out there somewhere.
George probably has like 6 of them. He probably didn't he have like a weird thing with Soul? He was like, was it George? I might be misremembering.
By the time that beer came out, George hated them so much they wouldn't even let him in the brewery.
What are you guys talking about? Because I missed something here.
This brewery we hate. Well, basically, Louis, we did the whole like worst beers of all time kind of live stream at Beer Tube Palooza, and Kyle was like, okay, was it Kyle or Sean? I think it was Kyle, right? And he was like, from now to next Beer Tube Palooza, all of us have to find the worst beer we possibly can, and we'll live stream it. And I already know exactly what beer I need to find, but it's a small batch boutique-y thing. I mean, if I find somebody who has it, they're just going to give it to me. No one's going to sell it. You know what I mean? Because it's just maybe sell it because it's horrible. But it's actually genuinely worse than fucking that Three Floyds beer. So
okay, apparently that says something from what I understood. So
yeah,
I'm sure someone in the NEPA group has one. I'm sure it got lost in someone's basement somewhere.
Yeah, I'll find one somewhere.
There we go. Taking pictures of the fucking shitstorm. Yeah, that entire Three Floyds thing, we talked about it a little bit earlier. I mean, it makes you kind of wonder where their head was at when they thought that they should make a beer like that.
You know what the thing is, man? Somebody's probably loves that beer. Somebody probably loves that beer.
Of course. I mean, statistically speaking, it's impossible for any beer to be hated by everyone.
But it's not drinkable. Like that level of like acidity,
dude,
is like.
Have you watched what's that crazy ass show where people eat like tire and glass and shit, and that's their obsession or whatever? Like, there's somebody out there that my obsession. Like, people are like, I eat light bulbs all day. You know what I mean? Like, someone's gonna like that thing, man. I know it's not right, but someone likes it.
You could check out Untappd and just see if there's people out there that are rating it.
No, we did. We checked on Untappd. It got like a 3 something.
Oh yeah,
average.
It was like 3.28
or something.
Yeah, something like that. It was low
for a beer that's supposed to be that monumentally bad. 3.28 means that there's quite a crowd for it, apparently.
No, dude. Low 3s is like close to 0 on Untappd. Like, it's almost impossible to get below 3 on Untappd. It's like the law of averages. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just like, it can't, like, people just won't rate that low. If you look, it's really hard to find a beer under 3. Unless it's like the only time you'll find a beer that's under 3, unless it's like a small ass place that had like put out like super small firkin and it was bad. You know what I mean? Like, not like something that is like has like a couple hundred check-ins. Once you get to that level, it's almost impossible to get under 3.
I'm just curious right now. What was it called again?
Secret Savages from Three Floyds. Like, I'm going on Untappd right now and look up. I wonder what like fucking like Coors Light gets on Untappd.
I'll go check. Oh, it's a 3.12, by the way, on Untappd.
Oh. Okay.
Somebody gave it a 3. I'm just checking. One description: strange funk, just strange.
I mean, that's
okay. Yeah, Coors Light has 2.42.
Yeah,
like you would think that'd be the lowest rated beer, right?
I think so.
Oh no, wait, sorry. Keystone Ice is 2.05.
Somebody gave it a 4 on Untappd, 4 out of 5. So there is somebody who thinks it's a good beer.
Let's put it this way: Coors Light Champions Ice. It has 3.89.
You also can't trust Untappd because I know there's like some people who don't rate anything like below 4 or like 3.5. So like 3.5 to them is like, I never want to drink this again. And like 4 is like, it was fine, but I don't want to drink it again or something like that. Untappd's weird.
That reminded me, I got to go on my Untappd and add all my new friends because I post so often. I live like 5 to 10 new friends a week on Untapped, and I think I've posted 3 times in 3 years.
Yeah, but it's because they check out your channel description and shit like that. I mean, I often forget to check in beers.
I just don't.
I'll just know that I've had a beer, and I'll just check out. Hey, what did I think on it on Tapped? And then,
well, that was kind of my theory, was that like if I grab the beer and I go, wait a minute, I've had this before. Did I think this is really fucking good? Oh man, I don't remember. Let me go on Untapped. If I thought it was really good, I'd remember. If I don't remember, chances are it wasn't fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know.
Point taken. I often forget shit, man. I sometimes forget that I like even beers that I sometimes really enjoyed. I could have sworn I still had a IPA in the fridge, and I couldn't find it. I was planning on having it during the live stream. And earlier, Keith asked me, have you had any good beers? And I'm just checking out, what did I check in the last 2 or 3 weeks? And Lee was there. I'm like, what? I already fucking drank this? When did that happen? So, you know, it's too much beer, too many reviews, too many
calories.
Too many calories. God, I don't want to start thinking about calories, man. Fuck off. I don't want to do that anymore. I've done that. I've been a calorie counter, and I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to balance it out and be healthy as far as I can.
I went to the doctor and my cholesterol is a little high, so I gotta.
Oh, well, you're at the age where you have to worry about your cholesterol.
Yep.
Sam's saying your annual get-together looked like another good time. Great to see blokes like Tanner and Bumpy part of it. Love those guys.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. It's getting. I'm getting old. It's getting harder for me. Because considering, you know, basically the first beer tube of Palooza was like everybody's coming Friday night, but or Saturday morning or something. Was it Saturday morning? Everybody was coming Saturday morning, and then Joe from the Beer Patrol came on Friday night, and then the second one is everybody's like, "Oh, we'll all come Friday night." And then that way we can just wake up and do this stuff. And then this year it's like, hey, let's all get there at 3 on Friday. You know what I mean? And start. Like Friday was way crazier than Saturday. Like Saturday was like, it took us 3 hours to get in the mood on Saturday, right, Keith? Like we started Beer Tube because we went so hard on Friday. And that when we on Saturday we're like, and then it's like, okay. And then by like 7, 8, we're like, okay, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, whereas Friday, like it's 3 o'clock. Or why are we doing stuff?
This basically means that in about 10 years from now, Beer Chibapalooza will probably be like a week-long event where you guys have to like rent like one of those big festival tents.
Or it'll go the opposite way, and it's like 3 hours. It's just that.
It goes like everybody comes in and just chugs all the beers that they brought, and just it's one massive chuck fest, and then everybody leaves again. And it's like 2 days later, you're wondering where was I? What happened? Why is my pinky toe broken? I don't get it. What's wrong? When are we gonna expect the first videos? By the way, the first reviews, because I haven't
edited anything yet.
I'm still waiting for my videos because
for me,
and I think Dan has some too.
Well, actually, I don't know, dude. I only think I have 1 of your videos on my camera, unless I missed something. Because if I look right now, like if I look at my desktop, here's the videos. I have 193 lumber listed on my thing. Should there be more on my camera?
I don't know. You guys all have the same camera, so I don't know whose I'm looking at. I think most of them might have been Dan's, because I think a lot of the ones I did were in the living room area.
Okay. Yeah, the one I have is a mystery beer that you did. It was actually in the living room too. Oh, it's the one where Sean falls half asleep and Joe gets up.
Oh.
Sean falls half asleep.
You know which one I'm talking about?
That was Friday night, right?
I think so.
That was probably Friday. Yeah. Maybe. Or maybe it was Saturday. I don't know. I don't remember. I do remember that, though. Because Joe got up, and then Jesse sat down. during the review.
Who's Jesse?
Bumpy Road. Bumpy Beer, Bumpy Road Spruce.
Yeah.
I know the name of the channel. God, I can't. I think I'm subscribed as well because the name sounds so familiar, but I'm really at that. I don't know about you, but I really have trouble following all the reviews from everybody out there.
Yeah.
I don't.
Because you don't follow all of them.
I don't follow anything.
No. God, let me just Bumpy Road Beer. Let me just check that one out.
Nice dude. Very nice dude.
Yeah.
Made a mean brisket. And
nice.
It was very cool. Brought a lot of beers. Like, actually, it was randomly. Like, it seemed like he would sneakily, every time I would go to jump in a review, would be one of his beers. And his mystery beers are fun. He was the loudest. I've never heard myself sleep, but he was the loudest snorer and loudest sleeper of the bunch. Bump, if you're watching, brother, you need a CPAP in your life, brother.
I'm just seeing some of this stuff right now. Now I have a face, and I'm like, oh right, of course, yeah, that makes sense. Now I figure out. How you doing, Menno? What's up, dude?
Hey.
Okay, what you drinking there, Matt? Chase style session pilsner. I'm all up for that.
Oh,
that sounds good.
I had that. That was good.
Yeah.
We're all just really knackered, I think.
It's actually funny. So Saturday, BeerTuber Palooza, Sean was like, "Oh, we should review this." It was one of the hop tea things. It was their Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
And it was like, "Oh, we'll review this first to just kind of like get the ball rolling." So we review it. It was good. Yeah, I mean, it didn't really taste like an Oktoberfest, but it was good for what it was. And then he opened one of those, and we split one of those. And then like 5 minutes later, I took a sip of it. I was like, "Oh, once it warms up, this Oktoberfest hop tea really tastes like a lager." And he was like, "That's the." We drank that already. I was like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, he told me that story.
I was like, "Oh, all right." Good thing we're just slowly getting into this because Friday.
So everybody left on Sunday, I guess, I assume.
Yeah, what happened was, I went up Thursday. Well, I didn't go up Thursday. I went up started my way up Thursday and did a podcast at the brewery about halfway there. And I stayed the night in a town called Kingston and hung out with my buddy. Dude, I hung out with my buddy Ben. My buddy Ben used to work for a beer distributor. And it's like one of the beer distributors in New York that like takes all the crap breweries and distributes them. And he's like, "Dude," he's like, "Do you mind if I give you some beer?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's okay." He's like, "Yeah, I want to give you a bunch of beer." I'm like, "Okay." And I meet him at this brewery. He gives me 4 cases of beer. 4 cases of beer. Almost all of it is like 8 to 15-year-old barley wine. And then he gave me 3 vertical sets of 750s, 3 6-year vertical sets of 750s of barley wine. He gave me the brewery makes a barley wine called the Part Series. It actually has art from like Friday the 13th on it. And he gave me part 3 through 6, so 3, 4, 5, and 6. He gave me 4 sets of them, not just one vertical, 4 verticals. He gave me 4 3s, 4 4s, 4 5s, or 750s. Jesus. And then a bunch of other crazy shit on top of it. And I'm like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to BeerTuber Palooza. I'm bringing 1 cooler. I brought 2 coolers with me. I brought a small white one full of cow, and I brought 1 cooler with beer for everybody to drink. I'm keeping it simple. I'm not going there with a lot of beer. By the time I got there, I had 6 cases of beer.
Just out of curiosity, when I think about what the number in a case, it would be 24 for me.
Yeah, but if you get 750s, it's like it could be 6. You know what I mean? Like
6.
so.
Yeah, that's why I'm just checking, just to make sure.
Yeah. So it's basically almost. I would say if you were to do 24 beers, even include 750s, there's probably like 3 cases of beer. So it was like 100 or so beers, and I left with like 18. You know what I mean? Because then, like, I stopped at this. I did this podcast with this one brewer, and he's like, take a bunch of beer. You know what I mean? And he gave me a Magnum. He gave me like a 3-liter bottle and a bunch of beer, and then I stopped.
A 3-liter. That's even more than a Magnum. That's
or whatever. It was a Magnum. It wasn't a Jeroboam you're talking about, but it was. I forget. Was it one? It was 1.5 liters. I guess it was, Keith. What
Magnum is 1.5 liters.
Yeah. Oh no, it was 375 milliliters. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. So they didn't make a special label for the huge bottle. They just put the regular one on there, and we're like, it's only 375 milliliters.
I've seen that before. Lovely.
But and then I stopped my buddies, and then what happened was I was gonna kind of meet up with Keith on Friday and kind of meander up to Albany, but I decided to go up by myself. So I got to Albany Friday morning at like 10 a.m. So I was like, and most people weren't getting until closer to 3. So I like tooled around the city, went to a bottle shop, went to a bar or a beer bar. And then Friday we all hung out. Everybody showed up by I would say 5 o'clock. Everybody was there. And then Friday we all woke up. We went to a farmer's market, awesome farmer's market, one of the best farmer's market I've ever been to. Was that was the one you went to the next day like as big or just a little bit?
It was similar, and a lot of the same places were there.
So they almost do one place on Saturday, one place on Sunday, probably. Yeah. And then Saturday was just all day. We woke up farmer's market, ate stuff, came back, did the stuff, and then Sunday everybody just hung out in the stoop for like 3 hours. Like it almost seemed like everybody we got the place cleaned, ready to go. Everybody just kind of sat outside, just yapping. And then I think I was the first to leave, maybe, because I was like, I got to go for the podcast. Yeah. I had a podcast on Sunday, and then by the time I left the podcast, Keith was starting to head home, so we met up at a brewery called Ober Creek. I actually really liked it there.
Yeah,
Keith, it was kind of nice, right?
Yeah.
I can't hear you right now, Keith.
You can't hear me?
I can.
Maybe I can't hear anybody.
I can hear Keith. Can you hear us now?
Maybe my audio cut out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Now I can hear you guys. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, okay.
Just maybe a little StreamYard glitch.
Yeah. The only thing about Ober Creek, I would say, is like the beers they had on tap were like.
Yeah, I wanted something smaller.
It wasn't what I was expecting for the place. I was expecting like lower ABV.
It was a farm brewery. Like it's like people are like, I have a farm brewery, and it's like in a warehouse, and they just serve farmhouse ales. No, we were in the middle of a farm. Like there was tractors and animals and shit and barns and stuff, and it was a dirt road.
And they had 2 IPAs.
It was all hazies and like imperial stouts and shit.
Yeah, I was about to ask what was like the lowest ABV because
6.9, 6.8 or something.
Yeah,
really?
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the stout was
we both got the same beer, not because we wanted it, because it was the lowest ABV beer they had, right? You're like, what'd you get? And I'm like, this, and you're like, same. Because it was the lowest ABV beer they had. Like everything else is like, now they had a coffee stout, was really, really good, and it was only 7%. For how big that beer drank, it was awesome because it drank more like 10 than 7. But still, it's like I was expecting 2. I was expecting, okay, I could have like 2 beers. So I'm like, I had 2 beers, but they were a little bit too big.
Yeah.
And I did stop at Equilibrium on the way.
Oh, did you?
More so to see now my audio cut out again. Why is my audio cutting out again? Hold on. I'll try a different plug. You there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
I can. You guys like cut in and out. I don't know why. I don't know if it's my headphones.
Probably. I was about to say fucked up cable, maybe.
Yeah, that's. But anyway, I stopped at Equilibrium only because I was like literally like I was driving home and like the football game I was watching while I was driving got really exciting. So like really exciting, and there was like 10 minutes left, and I was like at Equilibrium. I'm stopping so I don't get in a car accident. I had 1 beer, watched the end of the game, and left.
All right. So I like to quickly comment on this one. I don't really have a lot of experience with Liechtensteiners. How about you guys?
I've never heard of them.
The style of Liechtensteiner. I've had a.
Why does that sound familiar?
I think it's a slightly acidic, slightly salted ale. I have had something in the past.
It's because I know, because Frightgeist.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll see they've got one that I see.
I'll quickly.
Hey, you got me. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of that style, unless it's a style that's called something else. There's like, if you look at Liechtensteiners, it'll be like some kind of like other style, but I don't know.
I'm just checking it because
it's just like Kolsching in German or something.
Yeah, it's slightly different. I'll just quickly check.
No, I think it's like similar to like a. No, I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Actually, I'm pretty sure what he's talking about. It was Stefan Lichtsteiner, who was a cornerback for Arsenal a couple years ago. He was a soccer player.
Oh, well, actually, you guys would probably love this because Liechtensteiner is also a pale beer brewed from lightly smoked malt, though only barley malt is used. The approximately 8 Plato wort is very lightly hopped and only boiled very briefly and exposed to either a spontaneously appearing or deliberately started lactic acid bacteria infection that gives the beer its weakly sour taste. The mostly young beer, which isn't expected to be clear, is usually served from a barrel. Combining both smoke and sourness in one beer is unusual but not unique. At least not in the past. In the first half of the 19th century, Berliner Weisse was also brewed with smoked malt.
Oh.
So it's also considered a type of Weissbier.
Oh. So similar to a Grodziski, except it's like wild but instead of...
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I've had a Liechtensteiner inspired ale not that long ago, and it was absolutely magnificent. It is absolutely stunning. There's something about that acidic, and it was salted as well, I believe. Oh. It really was absolutely stunning, and it made me really want to try more Liechtensteiners because those are the kind of things that get me excited. The weird stuff. Well, not weird stuff. It's traditional stuff, and it's basically classic beer styles, but things that people forgot. I love those things. Man, Joe brought like 12 cases combined. There was beer everywhere. There was beer everyone. That's actually, I like that one. There was beer, and not just beer everywhere. No, everyone was beer.
Yeah, there was beer. Like there was like one of the bonuses of getting there first is I got to put my beer in the fridge.
Yeah.
like there was like we filled up a complete refrigerator with packed to the gills with beer, and there was I think maybe like 8 more coolers full of beer outside of the refrigerator.
There was so much beer, and I didn't because when I got there, Katie dropped me off because she had to go get some stuff for herself, and by the time she got to the Airbnb, everyone had packed the fridge. That I think we only drank one of the beers that I brought because I had it cold in a cooler, and yeah. So, and
here, let's put it this way: I want to sum up Beer Tubapalooza in general. Keith has brought the Same Hill Farmstead beer to everyone, and then we've never drank it.
I actually got it in the fridge, and we still didn't drink it.
Did you drink it last night?
No, that was a 750.
Oh, okay.
That was different.
As I see, I only had one in my life. I actually brewed by Grimm. Such a great experience. Still talking about
I actually have it right here.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Well, drink it.
What did you drink last night? Anne, then? Was it Anne or?
No, it was Anna. It was just a different
small bottle.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if maybe next year it'll be like we intentionally won't drink it, and we'll just set up a little like altar for it.
Yeah, like Joe Boo and Major League.
Like, and everybody has to review their beer in front of the Magnum.
Or better yet, we do the altar thing, but then we have the Magnum cam, where it's just a camera, the whole Beer Tube Palooza
It's a live stream.
Yeah.
You guys know this is going to happen, right? You guys are going to do this. You can joke whatever you want. I know you guys will be doing this.
Thomas, can I borrow $20?
Sure.
Every time you lift up your phone, I see a $20 fucking note.
It's not a $20 note, so there you go.
What is it?
It's a €20 note.
Whatever.
Hey, I'm not wrong. No, it's
okay. So what you're saying is it's less than $20 American. Okay, fine.
It is technically. Yeah. Are you deliberately trying to hide yourself, by the way, from the rest of the world?
No, I just don't care, dude. I don't even. Half the time I'm not. Listen, I'm not like you. I don't look at myself on the live stream. I look at everybody else.
I'm actually continuously focused on my own camera position. That's the only one I care about. It's the best one.
Every live stream, Thomas is just.
I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna do the rest of it like this.
Staring into his own eyes the entire.
I'm not even sure what I'm looking at right now, who I'm looking at, because no, it's God, it has been one hell of a week. Yeah, I really needed a few beers.
Did you see the beer review I posted this morning, Thomas? Did you see the beer review I posted?
Not yet, about the Yule milk.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? Don't spoil anything because I want to see that review. What the fuck? Seriously, 99 cents?
That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't understand how it's even possible.
Did you ask them when you were there? When you bought it?
Yeah, they kind of gave them. They're like, no, nothing. We're just selling it for that. Like I was like, you fucking liars. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, what is this back room? That's what I'm saying, dude. Dude, not only was it 99 cents, if you bought a case, which hey is 24 bottles, by the way. If you bought a case of it, it was $19.50 for the case. So it was less than 99 cents.
You bought a case. Please tell me you bought a case.
No, because I thought it was garbage. I thought it was going to be like sour or sideways. That's why they were selling it for that price. And I never drank it while I was up there. So by the time I got home, I was like, I feel like a douche because I would have bought 2 cases of it. It's like a pocket bomb. Like it's like every now and then I'm just like, I want 8 ounces Imperial Stout. Bang. You know what I mean? It'd be awesome.
I know. The thing is, I've had. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the rum and the bourbon version for 99 cents.
I'm not sure if I have one of the barrel aged versions yet, but I've had like the normal Yule milk is already like it's a fucking great, you know.
It's awesome.
Creamy stout.
Listen,
it's awesome. I mean,
I said this in the review, but I'm like, if I bought a bomber, so if I bought a 500 milliliter bottle of this and it cost me, give or take, around like $20, I'd be totally okay with it.
Exactly.
And it was 99 cents. You know what I mean? So it's like, like I almost want to like talk to the people involved.
Where did you get it?
2 seconds, by the way.
Place called
Joe. The link is in just through the stream, or you're part of the StreamYard, right? Isn't he?
You should be. It's just in the FLX StreamYard, dude. You just can jump on there. Or do you not have login?
Otherwise, it's just
somebody send it to the group. Put it in the group.
I will. I'm doing it right now. But anyway, you were saying.
A place called why am I spacing on it now?
Was it like a good beer place?
Yeah. No, it was actually it's a place that Kyle I think mentioned previously, but it's also like my buddy my buddy Ben, who I stay with. He's like, if you go up there, go to this bottle shop. They're really good. And it's actually what's his name? That kid who came, Matt. Who came on Saturday, the one who brought me mystery beers, said he works there.
Oh, okay.
Because when I started talking about stopping by there, I'll think of the name eventually. He's like, let me know what you picked up so I make sure none of the mystery beers I gave you were the same things. He asked me that on Friday when I talked to him on Friday, so he didn't give me mystery beer the same things. I'm like, actually, that would be awesome if you gave me mystery beer the same thing. So I'd say one thing and then say another, and it'd be all weird. What the hell is it called? I forget. What the hell? I'll look it up. It's in my fucking maps.
How you doing, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
What up, dogs?
What up, dog?
Dude, I had to hop on when Matt started talking about that fucking 99-cent beer, dude. That
tell your story.
Oh yeah, so I got 2 stories. You did that, and then I was like, dude, I was at the shop that I always go to, Premier Gourmet, and I was in there one day. And one of the workers was like, "Hey man, do you like the too old stuff, you know, because I was looking in the section, in the import section there, and he's like, dude, he's like, it's like $8 a bottle for that. And he's like, dude, I probably shouldn't say this, but don't buy it here. He goes, the Lexington Co-op downtown, or like close to downtown Buffalo. He's like, you can go get those for $1.99 a bottle. They have both the bourbon and rum. So when Matt said that, I was like, what the fuck is this? Some grand scheme to get rid of all of those beers or something for super cheap? It's insane to hear that exact, almost like he got it obviously $1 cheaper. But the fact that they're on sale in two different places in two completely different areas is kind of weird to some degree. Like, I don't know. It's like they just want to get rid of it, but fuck this beer.
Yeah, and then some. If you look at my review, this guy who lives in Jersey's like, I have them on my shelf for $4.99. So even like if I got that for $4.99, I'd be like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you know, if I buy, you know, obviously $24.99 beers and spend $100, if I could get a case from Westmere, that's the name of the bottle shop, Westmere. I can buy a case from Westmere for $19.50. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Dude, I did the best impersonation of you, but also the worst when we did the Blue Monk beer. At the end of it, when I did the price and availability, I was like, I'm like, man, I was like, dude, I walked into this spot in Pennsylvania, and these bottles are -$7 a bottle, and they told me to walk out with them. And Kyle just stopped me and he goes, you have absolutely the worst impersonation of everybody with the most accurate words spoken. He's like, if that's Matt's voice, I would believe it, but you don't sound anything like him. I'm just telling you what I always hear from Matt. I was like, literally, like, when we first came here, it was 99 cents for the fucking beers. He's telling me a case is fucking like $10. I'm like, what's happening? It's fucking insane.
So just for the fun comparison of it all, Matt, the bottle that you bought, was that a 375 mil or a 500 mil? Do you remember?
375. Not even a 375, was it?
Yeah, no, it was 8.5 ounces. 8.5 ounces.
Maybe that's like
it was a super tiny bottle.
Yeah, it's small.
I think it was like 35 centiliters or some shit. Like, I threw the bottle out, but do I have another one? I might have one more just floating around randomly.
That's weird because I've never seen To come in those tiny bottles like that.
Yeah, I think it's like a 250 milliliter. We get them occasionally, mostly imported. So you only see them here and there, though. Yeah.
Never seen To come in those bottles. That's pretty fun. Because I was just checking. If you go through just an average To here, Mass Test Yummies is a bourbon barrel aged imperial pastry stout in a 375. Is about 11 euros. So just about that comparison for because we're a little bit closer to the source when it comes to the importing and everything. Just to give you a bit of an idea of it.
Here's my theory. This is my theory about it. Is that it not only was it a barrel aged beer, but it was also I'm almost certainly it's a 2019 vintage. Because the bottle itself just had 2019 written on it. I assume that's the case. I could be totally wrong here, but I think it might be like, hey, somebody had these and they never put them out there, and then maybe Toll or however you pronounce it fucking switched distributor rights.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, fuck it, just put it out there and let's get our money back. Like they have to get rid of it because they don't technically not allowed to sell it anymore. You know what I mean? That is a wild guess. I mean, I could ask the distribution. It's actually Shelton Brothers distributing product. That's why I thought maybe that might be the case, because maybe it's like, okay, it's old Shelton Brothers, and however Shelton Brothers is built now, they were basically liquidating stock. You know what I mean? Yeah. The Shelton Brothers still exist, but it's not the same Shelton Brothers. So.
Honestly, it has to be something like that. It has to be, because there's no way that...
It costs more for the cap. I said this in the review. Yeah. For the bottle, label, and cap, it costs more than 99 cents.
Exactly.
Like, if we eliminate the liquid in importing, like just the materials for the bottle and the label cost more than $1.
Exactly that. Especially in the current climate, because that's insane. This is somebody... If it was completely gone and off and bad, like you said, soured, I can hardly imagine that Till would want to put their name on it, even for like 99 cents, and they would probably just like, let's chuck the entire batch, because distributing something that is that bad costs money as well. So for some reason, this is just somebody saying we need to get the fuck out of some, I don't know.
I wonder if they were just doing a deal on distribution, so everybody bought like 10 cases.
But that's the thing. How could they can't be doing a deal because then they'd still be losing money.
Yeah, 99 cents a bottle.
If you're selling it for 99 cents, you're paid 50 cents for it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't think like they're making a profit on 99 cents. I'm just saying like when they bought it.
No, I'm saying that bottle shop is making that bottle shop is not UNICEF. They're making a profit. So they got it from the distributor for like 50 cents.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Unless they had like some accounts that bought it for like way more and then they were just giving it to like their favorites for cheaper.
I just think, I like Joe said, some places had it, whatever, $4.99. Some places had $1.99. I think people just got it all at the same price going, how much can we make? Yep. And basically Westmere was like, fuck it, dude. Buck.
Not even, baby. Not even.
Buck, and Thomas, Buck American. You couldn't get 20
Buck
of them
American.
with your euro. You'd only get 19 of them.
I love you, you bastard. But here's the thing, though. If you price it for $0.99, a lot of people aren't going to buy it because they're like, that can't be good. They can't be good. They're just going to walk past it.
Or buy all of it.
Or you have
yeah.
Well, especially because those bottles, like the regular size one, like the 11 point whatever ounce ones, they're like $13 each, $10 each.
I've seen people walk past great deals like that because it's just like, yeah, no, that's too good to be. There's something wrong with this, and I'm just gonna skip it because they'll literally think I can buy a candy bar for $1 and know it's gonna be tasty, so I'll just spend my money on a candy bar or something like that, or like a can of Coke, or I don't know, or even a fucking Miller High Life. You know, it's.
I would have loved to see Paul in that fucking shop with that. Like,
that's gonna know.
Does
he'd knock the fucking boxes over.
He'd be like, dude, where is it? You got more in the back? I'll buy it all. None will be left for any. I don't give a shit if it's sour and makes me shit my pants for 3 weeks straight. Like, give me it all. It's 99 cents. Fucking huge ABV.
What was the ABV again?
I actually don't know. It wasn't on the bottle. It's got to be double digits. It has to be double digits.
Of course it wasn't. Yes, maybe Mr. India.
Of course it is. That is fucking amazing. That is fucking. You
guys want to know the ABV what you're drinking? Nah, I'm good.
Turns out these things are like 1.2% ABV, and that's the whole reason.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah. We barrel like the fucking sub 2% beer. Yeah, have fun, guys.
That would be to Earl Yo Milk. Let's see, to Earl Yo Milk. I'm just gonna see if I can find something.
It's got to be. I would have guessed 10 plus.
If I remember correctly, the Yo Milks are around 12 to 13. I've seen some of them pop by, and I've had one or two of them. So Earl Yo Milk. Yeah, I don't know how to fucking pronounce that. Yo Milk, yellow label. So okay. They have a cognac and sherry barrel aged version that's 15% ABV.
Yeah, my valves twitch, but I'll drink that. That sounds good to me.
Here, I found the actual year. Yeah, 15%.
Jesus Christ!
I have
99 cents, baby.
Bourbon barrel aged and delicious too. Even if it was hot garbage, it's delicious.
That's crazy.
Jesus. I love the fact that if I were to ask Matt right now, can you go pick up a case, ship it off to me? I'll pay for the shipping and the beer and everything.
It'll still be cheaper
than buying the fucking shit here.
Yeah, even with the travel costs to going up to Albany to buy more of it.
Almost like,
dude. I say in my review, I'm like, it's kind of tempting just to drive up. It's only 3 hours away, man. Just buy them out, the whole stock. Dude, I can bring the Sabatinis and sell it to them for $5 a bottle, so they can sell it for $10 a bottle.
Beer Tupapalooza 2023 is Matt showing up with 5 cases of this shit going. Knock yourself out, bitches.
I did that this year with the Russian duck.
I hit a deer with my GTI. I'll get Keith in like a U-Haul to be like Smoking the Bandit, but like cheap, like the porn version of Smoking the Bandit. We'll just like go up to fucking Albany to get Yule Milk and then haul it back.
I could actually see a Dukes of Hazzard episode going on where the two of you are in the Yule jumping over a thing, and then it goes, a freeze frame in the mid. Y'all might be wondering what just happened here. Why these two boys here are just so enthusiastically jumping over the creek here.
I'm not quite sure how 93 Lumber got himself into this, but
let's find out.
I'm just surprised that Kyle hasn't went and bought any, so you could have like 4 more rows behind him in every video of just Yule milk, just like 4 rows behind him, and people are like, "Are you gonna drink?"
He should fucking do that.
You could buy 5 cases and replace that whole background with just that for an April Fool's video.
Just
that's the only thing on the shelf. It's just that.
Sir, why are you surrounded by fucking 300 Yule milks? Don't worry about it. Like the old Shaq commercial when he's playing the Scrabble. Yeah. Jack, where'd you get all those cubes? Don't worry about it. Fucking Kyle. Oh, fuck, man.
Not even for April Fools though. It's just like some random day. Just the video that he posts that day is just all that beer, and then the next day it's exactly the way it was before.
Dude, you should post one where he does like the thirsty thoughts or whatever, and he's just like, guys, I got all these beers behind me in the cellar. I don't get as many recommendations anymore. If you guys want to recommend a beer, feel free. It's just all fucking the same beer. Oh god, great.
I'm gonna go grab another beer. I'll be right
I can't
back.
help but notice, Kyle, they're all the same beer, buddy. I don't know what happened here. Holy fuck, man. Yeah, dude, the one thing I didn't say anything about is when I got there and I walked into the kitchen and I just did a quick glance of all the fucking Russian duck blends. My brain couldn't even, I looked and I just looked and I was like, there's like 8 or 9 750s just hanging out. They're all the fuck, are those all the same? I just walked out of the kitchen. I'm like, why are those there? I'm like, nobody purposely brought that many fucking 750s from Russian duck. Like, no one did that. Oh,
yeah, the best part is I put a set and a half in the fridge, and I go, why am I putting these in the refrigerator? Yes. So there was a set and a half in the fridge along with those other ones.
At the end of it, fucking Matt turned into Oprah, and you get a Russian duck. And you get a Russian duck. Holy shit, dude. Oh. That shit was hilarious to me because when I got there, I'm like, yeah, I guess my beers just stayed in the cooler the entire weekend. The fridge is packed. There's fucking shit. Then Joe shows up with like 83 cases of his beer. It's just like, where do you put it? The dining room table, I guess. Like, fuck it. That's where it's just going to stay. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, people are eating around Joe's cases of beers when they're eating it.
And it's funny. I don't know who heard the story, but Joe was like, I think he said the head brewer, and he was like, he asked him if he wanted any of the beer that was left, the unlabeled stuff, and the head brewer says no, just go ahead. Like, we really need to tell Joe, like, when he says no,
yeah,
you should be like, yeah, me neither. Like,
yeah. It took him like 8 trips outside. He's just bringing the fucking case after case. And the best part is like, I don't know what it is. I look at the bottom of it. Jesus Christ. We got home and Blake from FL just like, I wrote down all the codes so he won't the beers. Write down codes. What the fuck is this? Fucking Jesus Christ, man.
I did mean to. I didn't bring any unlabeled. I still have unlabeled stuff from last year in my fridge. But I did want to grab a couple cans of the
box of
the session IPA.
Cans.
He gave me one. He gave me one of them because I asked for one, and I just drank it because it is already 3 months old.
What was it?
And it was okay. You could tell it was 3 months old.
No, which one was it?
The session IPA.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah,
it was okay.
But it was from July.
It was good for 3 months old.
It's like, a small little session IPA with a brewery that probably isn't equipped to deal with oxygen crazy well. Like, I was like, I don't want to review it because I don't want to be an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The best part is I didn't go home with any of Joe's beer. But I went home with a 4-pack of human robot he bought me because I just kept like, "Oh, this is delicious." At the end, he's like, purposely gives me a 4-pack of human robot, and I'm just looking. I'm like, I don't think he gave me any of this fucking beer. I'm like, there's 83 cases of it. Why? And not that it mattered because it all went home with somebody. I feel like Jesse and Tanner went home with all of the beer because they just didn't. They're just like, what? There's all this leftover beer.
I think Joe took like a case or so back.
Oh, a whole case.
He had to take some back with him. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's like,
Joe,
sorry.
did you review the Yerbacher yet?
The W.E. Yerbacher?
Yeah.
No, I have not. I don't do it till the end of the month.
Oh, which one?
Do you want to do a collab?
Yeah, we can try to.
Or you want to do the solo?
No, I've done collabs for the 10 Days of Pumpkin before. Yeah, I'm done. We just have to try to figure it out because it's tough. It has to be a weekend probably.
Yeah, whenever.
Yeah, so we could just say W.E. Yerbacher constantly throughout.
Yeah, pretty much. We can just do Dusty Rhodes and a W.E. Yerbacher the whole time, baby.
Oh, baby, if the Dusty Rhodes, maybe turn in the ladies' man. Ooh, with a lady.
And we're gonna do sidecars like a Cavassier.
Yeah, baby, a little bit of Cavassier. Somehow my Dusty devolves into fucking a ladies' man. It's so good. Have you ever seen the ladies' man SNL, Thomas?
I actually I never watched the movie. I just know Ladies Man from SNL.
The movie is so fantastic in a bad way, type of thing. Like you're like the whole thing. You're like, I can't believe this is fucking 100 minutes of the Ladies Man. Like I'd see more than 7 minutes or whatever a sketch is. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. Ooh, with a lady.
Who did that? Who did Ladies Man? Who was that?
Tim Meadows.
Yeah, Tim Meadows. Okay. That was him trying to make Tim Meadows like Mike Myers, all these people. Fuck Tim Meadows had at it, and they're like,
get a character that you can get into a movie type of thing. Yeah, that was like the goal back in like the 90s SNL, even into the early 2000s. Like if we could make this a movie, then you feel like you got a character around it. It's like
Mike Myers did it, and then Farley and fucking Spade did it, and then Sandler did it, and they're like, oh, I guess everybody, we could just make movies with everybody. You know what I mean? It's like Ladies Man, no.
Night at the Roxbury with fucking Farrell and what's his name? They did a movie of that.
Chris Kattan, yeah. I kind of like that movie.
I like the
characters. The same way that you like Ladies Man.
Yeah, it's a dumpster fire, but like a good dumpster fire. Like what do you kind of want to watch?
But that is even better because Will Ferrell becomes like fucking like an A-lister.
Yeah.
But he made that movie.
Yep.
You know?
That's funny. It's like when they all started out, it's like all those things like, oh man, they're gonna do the fucking shitty movies, and so many of them became huge stars like Sandler, fucking doing his fucking Goat Boy and this and that, and it's like holy shit, like he's fucking making bank on Netflix stuff. It's insane. I used to like Sandler's old comedy albums are fucking fantastic.
Dude, Sandler's movies, like he does some thoughtful stuff. Like even like some of the movies he's done, like Click and like fucking the
Click was pretty good actually.
Oh, Punch Drunk. I like
he can get cool with shit, but then he's like basically Sandler. Once he got past a certain point, he's like, okay. He's like, I just want to make a ton of money and hang out with my friends in Hawaii. So let's just do grown-ups with all my friends for 5 years. And it's just going to be me and fucking Rock and fucking, Kevin fucking whatever his name is.
Which would have been Farley. That was that. He made that movie.
Would have been him.
Back. It would have been Farley. And it all makes sense because you know what? I do the fucking same thing. You're making hundreds of millions of dollars. You get to hang out with your friends for fucking a couple months filming shit and their significant others, maybe their family.
But that's the best part is that like all these kind of like semi-middle class families, they're like, let's go to a fucking exotic location with all our families like they can afford it. But he's just like, no, I just want to chill out in fucking Aruba for 5 months making a movie. You know what I mean? Like he's like smart. He's like, fuck it. He's like, I think we should have this movie in our own private island somewhere. Like,
fucking Sandler's dude, man. He gets it though. That's what I love.
And then all he does is play street ball. And outside of that, you ever see?
That's a funny thing, dude. That's the funniest thing. Like wherever he goes, they're like, he's got to have a basketball court with him. He's got to even on the set.
Adam Sandler, all he does is play basketball all day, street ball. Like he'll like roll up and like people like fucking like in fucking Rucker Park in New York and just start playing basketball and shit. He's insane.
The best part about Sandler too is like whenever he goes on like a talk show, whenever he's in jogging pants and like a t-shirt, he's like, I don't give a shit. It's like, I'm gonna be comfortable, bitches. Like fuck this.
Completely random question very quickly because you guys are talking about. I wanted to ask you this earlier, Matt, because we're talking about movies and shows and whatever. I know you haven't been following that, but have you seen anything in terms of the stuff for that Picard season 3 thing, which is basically season 8's Next Generation?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm purposely avoiding it.
I think you should. Because from what I've seen so far, I think you're going to probably be very fucking annoyed. I wanted to pick your brain about that because.
Well, no, I'm purposely avoiding it because I want to wait till. I like if I can manage it, and honestly, with my kid and whatnot, my time is limited. I want to wait till the season's over so I can watch it and binge it all in one fell swoop and not have any pre information on it. So I'll wait till it's completely done and then I'll just rip it.
Okay.
I know that doesn't make for good conversation, but
no, it's cool. No, it's not about the conversation. I was just curious what you saw because I was interested in your opinion on it. But I get that. because I actually.
Well, here's my opinion based on the limited stuff that I've seen, and I'm saying limited. I mean limited. Patrick Stewart's so old that he can't really. I don't think he can act well anymore. And
might have to agree.
And they need to figure out a way to pass it along smartly, but I don't think they can do it. So they just ride him till people give up because he's really honestly he's so old. Like he's great and I love him. He's one of my favorite people of all time, but he's just so old he just can't cut it anymore.
Agreed. It's interesting to see. It's interesting to watch the 2 seasons so far, but it feels like him pushing himself to be something that he's not anymore.
Well, that's also, I'm assuming the way shows are made nowadays, and he probably only works a couple days the whole year. They probably shoot they could probably compartmentalize all his scenes into a couple weeks and have everybody else there on set. And he probably has like a fucking mobile home that we would all fucking wish we lived in. And he probably just wakes up. He does some scenes a couple of hours a day, and then he's off. And he probably does that for 2 weeks, and then that's it. And then everybody else works their asses off. And honestly, he's earned it. So I'm not going to begrudge him for doing that, but also that's probably how they make it work.
He's like in his 80s, right?
He's 80s. He's 82. He'll be 83.
I thought he was in his late 80s. Okay. Well,
he's only in his early 80s.
Yeah. No, I thought he was,
If he's 82, it's fine. If he's 87, fuck him. Like,
he's a bitch.
Well,
he's a bitch. No, I was just curious about that. But yeah.
Is it like Biden 80 or something? 79? He's old. I don't know.
Well, let's go.
Like everybody.
Yeah, come on.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of old people who are doing things that they probably shouldn't be doing anymore.
No. When I become master of the universe, like He-Man.
When you're 85?
No. When I become ruler of all mankind, you're going to have to take a driving test every year until you're 30, and then you get a regular driver's license, and then when you hit like 60, you have to take a driver's license test every fucking year.
Yes.
You can keep
100%.
But you have to take a test every fucking year. Because I've been in cars, I've been around people, I'm like, you're driving?
No,
like,
but
I
here in the Netherlands,
know.
That's the thing. After a certain age, you have to, not every year, but after a certain age, you have to do like a test to prove that you're still capable of driving.
No, in the United States, you just have to kill a bunch of people, then I'll worry about it.
Yeah,
unless you're a multimillionaire and
like honestly, like not to be like a friend of mine, his grandparents. How do I say it? Like he'll never watch this. I don't care. His grandfather killed people because he was driving on the fucking freeway, like the interstate, the parkway, that weird part from like Keith, that weird part from like Pittston to like Carbondale that no one ever drives. He was driving down that and just like forgot what he was doing and parked his car and got out and started walking up the road, and someone like slammed in his car doing like 80 miles per hour because he parked it in the middle of the fucking interstate, like the parkway. Like he didn't get out on the side of the road. Like he stopped in the middle of the fucking like people do that shit all the time. And it's like nobody cares about it. And then they say it's ageism.
No.
I don't know. Yeah. Fucking.
No, it's well.
Quick. How about a quick beer question before this goes into old kind of political shit, whatever.
We're talking about old people, Thomas. There's no
Bock
time
beer.
for beer.
Yeah, no one's
Bock beer.
watching that. So,
what is Bock beer in the U.S.? Is Bock beer a big like? Because you get your pumpkin ale, and that's why this was been bugging my brain. In the Netherlands, we really have like Bock season is starting right now. So is that a thing in the States? Like how Oktoberfest came over from Germany? Do you have like Bock season starting right now, or?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never heard anybody say anything about Bock season ever in my life. So
that's one. No, that's really definitely just like a Dutch or maybe Europe.
No, I mean, like breweries, like all these like breweries make Bocks and double Bocks. They usually make them this time of year, but there's no Bock season. Like I don't think there's a Bock season over there. I just think there's breweries that make Bocks during this season, which it happens over here.
Oh no! It's definitely a seasonal thing for the Netherlands. Bock beer. Like,
well, no, that's what he's saying, but they don't go nuts calling it like Bockfest or whatever.
Yeah, there's no. That's the thing. Like that's what I'm trying to say is that like Bocks and double Bocks get produced over here during the fall, but no one says Bock season. But they do get produced at that time.
I'd never heard of it, but like, yo, man, it's fucking Bock season. Time to go.
Bock season. But here's the thing I want to talk about. If you want to talk about Bock, like that shit needs to be defined. Like I can get a Salvatore Doppelbock and I can get an Eyinger Doppelbock, and they are not even completely the same fucking beer. Like they're completely different beers. How are they both called Doppelbocks?
Well, that's an interesting one because would you say that a Bock beer should be bottom fermented or top fermented?
Probably lagered. Yeah, almost all.
So that's what I would say.
Assume.
But
yeah.
That's how I feel about it. But a lot of the modern Bocks you see in the Netherlands are top fermented, and they still have the name Bock.
And it's not so much a fermentation thing. It's just that I've had breweries called Doppelbocks that are more like a low ABV, kind of like Bock or Schilling Ale. Then I've had people make double Bocks that are like pushing 10%, and they're all lumped into the same category. They're all Doppelbocks.
Yeah,
like that's the problem. It's like there's a disconnect. There's too wide a variance in the style name.
Well, the actual name means double Bock, right? So is the theory there is that an imperialized Bock or what is the double part of the Bock? You know what I mean? If you're calling it a double Bock, I'd imagine it means imperialized or bigger. So if you're making a 6% Doppelbock, was your regular Bock 3%, and that's how you categorize? I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. If you look at Celebrator, which I think we'd all agree is kind of like the
it has a fucking goat on it. It's the goat. It's a goat. It's a goat.
Yeah,
it's a Bock. It's a Bock.
Is there like
Celebrator's a double Bock, dude? What do you
know? What I wanted to say. Oh, sorry, I should explain. Bock is a Dutch. It's a Dutch or German word for a goat.
Oh. Yeah, no, we all know that.
Okay, so that's why I'm saying there's a Bock. That's what I
didn't. I fucking had no idea. I'm fucking dumb as shit.
But here's the thing:
is there like a definitional Bock, or is Bock just one of those things that's just kind of like?
No, there you go. Read. You could go read the BJCP rules around what's a Bock and a double Bock. But what I'm saying is that Eyinger's double Bock. Okay, Eyinger Celebrator's a double Bock. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's only 6. That's only 6.7%. Yeah, 6.7.
6.7.
Okay. I'm just looking something up there.
Well, if you're looking something up, can I go into the ABV thing for a moment while you're looking something up, or?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, though, because Joe just mentioned double Bock at 6% or 6.5. What was your original? I think we also have to keep in mind the fact that when these beers originally were brewed, what was considered high ABV and low ABV is very different than what high ABV and low ABV is these days.
Oh, it's
no. And this is the point I'm trying to make is that so you Paulaner makes their Salvatore double bock, okay, that is 7.9%, okay, and it's a lighter, less impactful beer than Einger's Celebrator at 6.7. That's my fucking point. Is that it's not even an ABV thing. It's like something's a double bock, and this is a double bock, this is a double bock, and neither of them have any correlation. And sure, there's relation, but they're completely different beers. Like it's like I don't know. It's always bugged me. It's been like one of my kind of like weird things.
Oh, I totally get that.
Yeah, but like
the bock is one. Sorry, Keith.
Oh, I was just gonna speak to like the ABV thing. Like, you can have an IPA at 6% and then a double IPA, but it's not 12%; it's 7.5 or whatever.
But I'm saying these beers are both called double bocks. Not one's not a bock, one's not double bock.
Well, how about like Hop Butcher's 7.5% double IPAs, and then somebody releases a 9.5% double IPA. They could be completely different beers, 2%.
Yeah, but that's IPA, so it doesn't count because it's dumb.
It doesn't count because it's dumb. Yeah, it's stupid poopy head stuff there. You just
like you want Matt to be positive about IPAs. Come on.
I love IPAs.
I know we all love IPAs.
We all love good.
We all love to poop. We all love to poop on IPAs and go like, oh, IPAs. Everything's IPAs these days. And we'll upload like 4 IPA reviews in a row. Go like, this is a great IPA. Fucking A.
It's the style that like every single brewery. I mean, like when you look at the beer stores, it's like, yo, we just got to drop from so and so. We got fucking 18 of their hazies, and we got this one fucking crispy boy over here, boys, and maybe a pastry stout. But yeah, it's this beer. This has Citra, Mosaic, and Galaxy, and then this one completely different: Citra, Mosaic, and Strata. Totally not the same beer.
No. The best one is this one has Citra, Mosaic, and Galaxy, but this one's completely different because it's got Mosaic, Galaxy, and Citra.
The order in which they put on the label beats the amounts that they brewed with.
And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I see that drop happen, I'm like, for example, we get like a Hop Butcher for the World drop here in the Netherlands. I'm like, yeah, it's a double IPA, it's a double IPA. And as soon as we got, I don't even know if Hop Butcher brews like a lager or whatever, but let's say if they do, if I see the lager in there, that's the one that's going to pique my interest. I'm like, ooh, what's it? What does this one
with a lady? Ooh, with a lager.
It's a lager.
Actually, for the longest time, like when I first got into beer, like Doppelbocks were a thing, and I thought Doppelbock was just like its own thing until I got more into beer and I realized, oh, it's just American breweries don't really brew bocks. Or whatever. It's like they're more into Doppelbocks.
I have noticed that whenever I see American breweries brew something in that line, it's always a double bock and hardly ever a bock.
There's a few that do bocks, but
or like Weizen bocks. Are there any American breweries making Weizen bocks?
Yeah, all American breweries make all of the beers.
It's just
let's say very very regular.
How many get packaged and out to the consumers? And how many are not like uber local as opposed to like regional or international? Like I'm not walking into my local store and being like, "Oh man, look at this Stone Weizenbock over here." Like, that's not happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but honestly, even internationally, outside of Schneider Brothers, and then maybe Granite, and then who else is making fucking Weizenbock in Europe?
There's quite a few actually.
Name all of them.
Is it on a local
right
level?
Now we got time, Thomas. We got nothing but time.
That's what I mean. Like that's a super boutique-y style is what I'm saying. Even in traditional breweries, as far as being a packaged product going out to consumers, Weizenbock, not Double Bock, not Weissbier, Weizenbock. Like Treehouse makes a Weizenbock.
Oh, baby,
you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? But I'm saying it gets made, but outside of the OGs, there's really not a lot of people that make it.
I suppose so.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. It's just
Treehouse invented that style.
No doubt.
Weizenbock was better than Munson.
Way better. Way better.
I don't even think the people at Treehouse knew what a Weizenbach was at Munson. That was a joke.
That was a Munson.
He said,
no, it wasn't. You own it in your heart, brother.
he said that was a joke, by the way.
I need a little soundboard with a laugh track after I say stuff.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't even like
guys, I chuckled. The joke. Come on, Jesus.
There was hardly like a 1 second pause there. There was like hardly a 1 second pause.
Keith with like a laugh track is like a sad clown bit.
It's not even.
It's like really unfunny Louis C.K. episode.
Yeah. Oh.
Be like, I hate my job and the economy sucks.
That should be the.
That's a piece of shit.
We need to cut out that part of the entire live stream and make that Keith's channel intro. Actually, this is Matt.
We should all get sound. We should all get sound buttons with Keith's laugh from now on.
Yes, yeah. It's just a soundboard of different Keith laughs. That's all it is.
Just Keith and Deputy Dog laughing, and we'd have to figure out which one's with. Keith's
stream is lagging a bit. I think he's.
Oh shit!
Fucking neighbors are ignorant cunts.
Apparently, my cable thing wasn't plugged in all the way, so when I went into my fridge, it came out. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm surprised it didn't kick me off completely, but I guess it didn't. So.
Yeah, you're fine. You're
You're back, Keith.
I was like, where'd everybody go? Did everybody just leave just to like try to?
Yeah, we got a secondary chat where we tried to
insert laugh track right there.
We had a secondary chat where we were like, "Yo, let's sync up leaving when we're making fun of Keith. Let's do it right now."
Yeah.
Dude, how funny was it that it took Tanner like half an hour to figure out you making fun of him was funny?
Oh, me? Yeah. Yeah, it's like confused. I'm like, "You're a piece of shit, Tanner." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, total piece of shit."
After when we got home, I was making jokes to Katie. I was like, "What if Tanner just shows up and starts taking our shoes off?"
Because we just had the fucking dad. The craziest. So we're outside. It's like dark out, probably like 9 or 10. And I think, maybe it's a little bit later. Dan apparently went inside, just laid down in his bed with his shoes on.
I love how Joe's perception of time. It's like 9 or 10. I went to bed at 11, dude.
Yeah, I don't remember.
This is like probably like 1 or 2 in the morning.
I don't think I ever looked at the time once. Just like, it's dark out now. I guess it's fucking 3 in the morning. I don't know. So we're outside. We're fucking whatever, having a couple beers, and Tanner comes up. He's like, hey guys, let me ask you a question. I'm like, well, okay. He's like, if you were in bed and you just went to sleep and you had your shoes on, and somebody came over and started taking them off for you, how would you feel about that? And I'm like, I said, Tanner, if you ever touch my fucking body or any part of it connected to it when I was sleeping, you'd get kicked right in your throat. And he goes, oh, because I started doing that to Dan, and he looked over at me. He goes, "You're such a nice guy, Tanner." I'm like, I don't believe that. He's like, "Oh, it's such a hospitable thing to do." I'm like, don't touch my fucking feet, weirdo.
That's kind of like sexual violation adjacent.
Yeah.
It kind of like I'm not trying to trivialize sexual assault, but like someone like taking my shoes off without my permission while I'm sleeping. No. You
have to be on a certain comfort level with that person in order for them to do that.
Yeah, and the comfort level means I've touched them intimately.
And I almost feel like
they're my brother or sister or family. You know what I mean?
I almost felt like Dan was, building up to the fucking Eddie Murphy sketch from Chappelle. He's gonna be like, "Fuck your bed," and he's just gonna start stomping on and shit in the middle of the night. Like that's what maybe he was going for. I don't know. But yeah, it was the weirdest question. One of the best parts of the weekend, like in a video, was when we were doing the white chocolate reviews. I think it was on I don't know if it was on my channel or the Nerd Sense guys because we did
Thomas,
separate ones.
Tell you about those.
Oh, Tanner comes out, dude. Tanner comes out, didn't even know his shit in the review, and he just taps me on the shoulder and he goes, "Dude, Westy, 6.5%," and he was referencing the Zombie Dust review we did with that Clayton between Nerd Sense, Kyle, and myself.
It was actually the side by side of white chocolate. I fucking was sitting there and I remember it happening.
Okay, yeah, he just hits me. He just hits me in the arm. He's like, "Westy, 6.5%," and Sean just like has a break for it, and he goes like, "Vesleterin," and I'm like, "No, like no, Sean, it's not Vesleterin." I said, it's the Zombie Dust review, and I just look over to Tanner. I say, "Get the fuck out of the review!"
He's
like,
"Oh, right now."
Yeah, he's
what
like, "Review?" I mean, just get the fuck. I don't care about your fucking Zombie Dust and you hitting it nail in the head. Get the fuck out of here. But I watch that back.
That was especially funny because I'm pretty sure he lingered for a moment in the background because he wasn't sure if it was recording. So he was like hanging out in the back for like a couple of seconds, and then he tapped you on the shoulder,
and like a Ricky Bobby, like this, like.
I couldn't even look at him. I couldn't even look at him either. I just pointed directly off screen. I said, "Hey, we're doing a review. Get the fuck out of here." Fucking great. Yeah, the white chocolates are interesting. That was an interesting overall review. Then like I had another brewery beer, and then all of a sudden I see like 3 other brewery beers. Like, oh, we got fucking Gray Monday and Mocha Wednesday, and I'm just like, how many fucking 750 huge fucking 18% brewery beers are there right now? Because this is ridiculous. There's a lot, apparently, a lot.
Yeah,
guys, I'm gonna go head off from this live stream, but because it's on several channels, I can just remove my channel from it, and that would mean it would still continue on Keith's channel.
Make sure you hit end broadcast. Make sure you hit.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a Dank or Matt kind of thing to do. No, I'm gonna just remove myself from it, and I think that should work. So if anybody's watching this on my channel and you want to keep on watching, go to the other guy that way. Go to Keith's channel, 93 Lumber, so you can keep on watching.
Spelled out. 93 spelled out. Don't fuck around.
Do you want to spell it out, please, Keith? Could you?
What?
Could you spell it out for everybody? 93 Lumber?
93 Lumber, spelled out. Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
That's it.
Anyway, it was fun talking to you guys. Cheers. Have a great weekend. And I'm going to crash because I can feel myself nodding.
Yeah.
Cheers, dudes. It was fun. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Thomas. Bye.
Not to use Thomas's thing, but I'm bouncing too. My wife just texted me. We forgot to call our grandma, and it's her birthday. And if we don't do that, we're in the fucking shit list.
Yeah, you better get going. Stop.
No, she's off the boat. Never American citizen from Germany. Like we'd be fucked. Yeah, so I gotta go FaceTime my grandma. So, Keith, let's hang out soon, dude. I got a bunch of Russian duck fucking 750s.
Dude, let's do a fucking vertical. What is it? How many different beers are those?
Man, let's do the winter tent thing again, where we do a vertical barbecue.
Katie brings that up every once in a while, and she was like, whenever I'm just like, I've had enough of this, or like something I don't want to deal with, she always brings that up. She's like, that night was the fucking worst, and like you owe me so much for that.
So you already owe her, so you might as well do it again.
It's a lasting memory.
How's that gonna change anything?
It's a beautiful lasting memory.
Double dare owe you? Like it's like you already owe you. Who cares?
Beautiful lasting moment. Let's make another one. Like, I mean, I don't know what the problem here is.
Oh God!
All right, take it easy, Matt. Have a good one, buddy.
See ya.
Drinking clear beer with a fighting shirt. That's grounds for punishment.
Yeah.
Keith, we're on your channel all by yourself.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, what's up, guy?
Not much. What's been going on since Beer Tuber Palooza last weekend?
A lot of shitting, mostly. I'm gonna say a lot of pooping. No, nothing. Been each night working through some beers and realizing that even though I didn't feel like I went home with a lot of beers, I still went home with a lot of beers, type of thing.
Yeah, it's. I feel the same way because I'm like, oh, I came home with less beer that I came with, but then I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm not reviewing 5 beers every night, so it's it's still a lot of beer.
I actually went home with significantly more than that. I only brought, I think it was, I mean, I know this might sound stupid, people who are watching and whatnot. But I only brought I think 16 or maybe 17 total beers. I brought 4 to review of bigger bottles that I wanted to review. I brought a couple mystery beers, and I did 2 cans of each thing I brought. So in case we had a lot of people, everyone could have a little taste. And then I brought 2 mixed 4-packs for Jesse and Tanner because they wanted they don't get Hop Butcher, so we got a drop of that. So I mixed it up, and then the Mortalis because they like the heavily fruited sours and don't get it. And outside of that, I was I know what's going to happen, so I'm not going to bring because I know there's going to be a lot of beer. And sure enough, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that there was going to be a lot of beer. But when I walked in that house and I looked in the fridge and it was packed. And then I saw all those Russian ducks on the table, and I saw 3 coolers lined up against the wall in the kitchen. I was like, "We have a problem again. This is going to be bad." So it was a fight to try to review whatever you brought.
Right.
I think the reason why you didn't get stuff reviewed is because I know this might be crazy, but Keith's more mild mannered than pretty much everybody there, maybe outside of Sean. So I don't say forcing, but being adamant, hey guys, I want to review this beer for the end of the night. You don't do stuff like that.
Well, yeah, because basically most of the reviews were either there were beers that a couple people knew in advance that they wanted to review, kind of like the white chocolate brewery beers and some other stuff. But then basically everything else was people pulling their own beers out and being who wants to review this, and then reviewing it. So
pretty much
just and there was so much of that going on that I feel like when I get in situations like that, I was I don't want to add to this because
it's just too much. I think, and we say this every year, but I think next year, I'm going to try, if I have time, to kind of do have a kind of a set amount of stuff people bring, say have everybody chip in and bring in certain things so we're not overlapping with the stuff we bring. Hey, you bring paper plates, napkins, and silverware.
Right.
Maybe some paper towels. You take care of that stuff. Yeah. This guy over here, you take care of whatever, water, this and that, because we had a lot of stuff that was just wasted in terms of people bringing stuff outside of the beer. But when it comes to the beer, I think somebody said it. I think it was maybe Sean said that for the 5th anniversary, it'd be cool to hang out in Chicago, go hang out with Jeremiah from Hop Butcher, but also go to a bunch of breweries there and make it a nice weekend. But he's what'd be cool is everyone brings whatever they can fit on the plane, and that's what you review. That's all you can bring, and then anything else we want to drink, we buy there. Why couldn't we just do that next year? If they're talking about maybe somewhere in Massachusetts, why couldn't we just say, hey, look, if we're going to have literally 15 people come or whatever, everybody bring a max of 4 beers. So that's 60 beers, right? 4 beers though, max. And then whatever else you guys want to just drink, let's just go to a local bottle shop or a couple breweries and just grab shit and bring it back to the place, and that'll be our drinking beer. I think the biggest mistake, and I'm not one of those anal guys where it's oh, dude, we're all beer tubers, we got to review stuff. Yeah. Friday night's always a shit show. We get there and people just are so excited to see everybody. Yeah. Everyone just starts ripping all kinds of beers and there's no reviews done. When we get there, why don't we just start doing setup, do some reviews, then get shitty drunk? After that, everybody review a couple beers and then just fucking bring out the fucking 4% lagers you just want to rip and whatever. That's fine. But we do it the opposite. We get there, you drink all those beers, and then you're fucking hammered, and then Friday night's wasted for reviewing purposes, and then you have more of those beers the next day that you can't drink, and you just go home with them. So it's I don't want to be the guy that's oh, hey, do we got to do this by the book, whatever. But I feel it would be way better if we had some kind of set, I don't want to say schedule, but itinerary to some degree where it's hey, let's do this first. Let's get there, maybe have a beer or 2, but then let's set up some of the fucking cameras and let's shoot reviews of stuff people really want to drink before we get too shitty. And do the same thing on Saturday. If let's say Saturday we start drinking like we did last time, 2 or 3 o'clock, why can't we do reviews for the first couple hours and then the rest of the night, if you just don't want to do anything and just chill and fucking drink beers, have fun. But we do it in such a sporadic, chaotic way that you get a lot of reviews that are just fucking belligerent and just crazy. And then people get real shitty real quick too. It's 2 hours in and people are fucking hammered. It's
but this is not a deal. Also, I think it's because that first beer tour Palooza was we didn't go outside at all because it was 100 degrees out.
Yeah,
so we were all contained, and there was 8 of us or something. So it wasn't people could go off and be oh, we're gonna review this beer, this beer, even though that did happen to an extent. But since it's kind of grown a little over the years, it's kind of kept that same framing, but it's gotten bigger, so it's like it gets a little chaotic with the
I think a little bit more structure is needed, I would say, with the amount of people you have, because even some of those reviews, not that I care, but I know as a viewer, if you come and watch some of our reviews and you just hear background chatter for fucking 8 to 10, 12 straight minutes or whatever, it might turn you off. Like I did the, I just got Dan sent me the Saison Bernice we did from Sante Darius Rustic Ales. It was you and Mike and myself. And that was a delicious Saison, and somebody sent it to me. And I want to kind of do it justice because somebody fucking sent me the beer, and that's really cool. And I think it's a really good review, but at the same time, it's like just constant chaotic background noise. You know what I mean? Like just super loud. And it's like, not that everything needs to be perfect, but that's the type of stuff where, like, if we set up a couple areas and say, hey, this is where we review, this is where, here's the 2 spots we review at. The rest of the place, you just fucking go nuts. That's fine. But we didn't really do that. With it outside was kind of for a while, like we did some reviews out there, and that was cool. But like inside, it's just, too small of a space, too many people to kind of whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a fucking fantastic time. I'm just looking back at it. It's kind of like, hey man, maybe next year we have a little bit more structure. And that's the thing too. I felt bad for Kyle. I already told him this, but he handled a lot of the stuff this year. So next year, I feel like one guy does the Airbnb, other people, fucking again, decide what people bring. Everyone brings something, and then maybe somebody makes an itinerary for wherever we go. Say, hey, this is the schedule that we want to stick to. People are free to kind of deviate from it, but let's do this, and this, so we have more of like a strict set. Because it was like Saturday morning, we're all like Kyle's teacher mode. He's like, all right, we're doing this. Everyone take a shower and do this. I'm like, holy shit. It's like, you're like my dad and teacher at the same time. And I'm like, we probably deserve this because we can't, make a decision ourselves at this point. So, but it shouldn't fall all on one guy. But the weekend was fucking, I had a blast, man. It was such a good time.
Absolutely.
It was great. It's great seeing everybody, and nothing bad happened. I mean, I even drank a little bit more, which is cool, and not worse for the wear, I guess you would say too.
Yeah. You good?
Yeah, dude. I basically was drunk middle of Saturday.
There was a point where like I thought you were just gonna like not drink this past week, because I was like, Joe, he's like, I can't get drunk anymore. And then on Saturday, I was like,
fucking white chocolates. Yeah, middle of the day, I was probably like 5 or 6. Although I lose track of time, as Matt mentioned, and I told you. But it was like the middle, like it was right when it was a little bit before it got dark out, and it was a little bit after that white chocolate, because we did that. You the first one I'm going to post is Kyle, you, and myself doing the Blue Monk Special Reserve from Distruce that you were in, and Katie was in, and I think like Jesse and Sean were off camera. But that was like a 10% beer. And then like shortly thereafter, we did the back to back of the white chocolates, which was like whatever 15 something. Then we did the side by side, and I did like one other review after that. It was like 5, 6 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, no, dude, I have not literally. I think this is the second time I felt drunk since, and the other one was when I hung out with the FLX boys early September. At the end of we did the Fox Farm barley one that was like 15% at the end of the night, and after that, I just fucking slouch down in the chair and I just go, I think I'm hammered. I think I'm hammered. So I've been drunk twice, but I got a second win because I stopped drinking for a couple hours. I, drank a lot of water. I had some food, and then I was like, wow, I feel good again. And I went back into it and never got really buzzed again or anything. But yeah, I mean, again, the whole getting drunk thing is something I can't do, but obviously that's, Beer Tour for Blues is kind of different. It's a once a year thing. So, and the key thing is like, make sure I don't fall down and hurt myself or, get cut or anything. That's the key thing. But yeah, no worse for the wear. I feel pretty good. I reviewed some beer this week too. There's so many beers, dude. Just like you gave me that mixed 4, dude. I didn't realize how cool the mixed 4-pack you gave me was. Like it was like the you gave me was it Baramari? From North Carolina.
I think it's pronounced Bramari.
Bramari. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I think. I'm not quite sure, but that's how I think it's
pronounced. Bramari. Yeah. You gave me their Varalkvia Urbach, perfectly imperfect. It's called. You gave me the bourbon barrel aged German Pilsner, their Cubism Dream. You also gave me the fucking Zillicoa beer company, that Hoppy Farmhouse. And then you gave me another beer I can't remember, and then you gave me that older one that I'll just drink off camera, the Spruce Tip one. But yeah, I was like, wow, dude. I was like a fucking a Rauchbier and then a barrel aged German Pilsner. I'm like, this is fucking kind of crazy because I wasn't anticipating stuff like that. But then I was like, oh, it's Keith, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's what I tried to bring. I tried to bring
the Sticks and Stones, the Plan B. So I'm gonna save that for the FLX boys. I feel like they have to experience that.
Okay.
Like I don't know if they're gonna understand what they're drinking. I don't even know if I'll understand what I'm drinking. But that beer, I actually like. I was like, oh, is this? So when I saw it, I was like, why does this look familiar? And I'm like, it's like, is this the one that fucking Keith was talking about going to get? Because it was great. And then I looked it up and I was just like, dude, this is the most fucking. And there's like 850 bottles or some shit, or 870 or something.
No,
they didn't make a lot of it.
I think it was 418.
Holy shit, that's insane.
And I think they actually still have some, because I thought they were gonna sell out super quick. So like I actually ended up running up there and grabbing a few bottles. I think it was either the day it released or the day after. And then
how old is the beer? It's like at least a year old, right? A couple of years? How it's older ass beer.
I don't know. I think I have the thing somewhere for it.
Well, when did you go pick them up? You don't remember?
Oh, I got hold on. Actually, the bag for that bottle is right here.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it was brewed on 4/5/21.
4/5/21.
Yeah. So.
All right, I'll put that in my notes so I remember, because there's nothing on the fucking bottle at all.
And yeah, because it's all on this stuff. And then it was bottled on 5/11/21.
5/11/21. Okay.
And that bottle is 187 out of 408. So I was.
Well, I appreciate the info. That's I wouldn't be able to find it outside of that.
And then, actually, I'll look it up on my. I'll look it up real quick because I think it bottle conditioned for a little bit, so I don't think they released it.
Yeah,
immediately.
I feel like when the FLX boys and myself do that review, I have to get this fucking entire description up on like my phone and read it during the review before we get into it, because I don't like it's not even as simple as going, oh, this is just whatever, a farmhouse, or it's insane to try to explain what the beer literally is, because I still don't understand what it is.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it's fucking insane.
Yeah. They released it November of last year.
Okay. So it's almost coming up on a year of when they released it, but it was fucking probably bottle conditioned for like 5 or 6 months, basically.
Yeah. Yep. Seems like that.
To try to explain it to somebody just sounds crazy though. Like when you go through like what they actually did, like the process is like, holy shit. Like now I understand why there's 408 bottles. What I don't understand is how there's still bottles left. That's stupid. Like that's just from the sheer uniqueness of the beer. Like that should be gone. No one should be able to buy that anymore. Yeah. So I went, I'm going home and I'm looking, like I probably regret a little bit going to Fiden's and getting a Fox Farm from Stephen. I didn't go nuts. I got like 8 beers from each, which isn't crazy or anything, but I was like, I would have probably got like 4 from each if I didn't know all the other beers I went home with. But at least from like Fox Farm, I didn't get all hazy. I got like 4 hazies and got like 5 other like different Chexow, Dark Lager, Oktoberfest. Like I do regret not opening up that fucking Fox Farm fucking peach one. I said I would get it to open up, and we just didn't remember about it. It was in my cooler the entire
forgot about
it. Yep. I mean, I could always save it for next year. I don't know how it'd be for next year, but I don't have to drink that. You know what I mean?
Or maybe I'll just have to drive up there and review it in person with you.
Oh shit, that'd be crazy.
Or we don't have to review it; we can just drink it. I can drive home.
That's true. You know what would be really cool, Keith? Better than that is you drive. Well, it'll be less of a drive, but someday we try to coordinate. Over the next year, 6 months or something, you come up to the FLX location. We go hang out with Dad and Mike, you and myself, and when they do a reviewing day, we just do. I mean, Steven did it once. We just hang out, review some beer, and just fucking have a ball, and I bring that with me. I'll save it in case something like that happens for sure.
Okay.
Because it's not like I need to fucking get to that like right now or anything. I got enough beer to fucking last me a lifetime.
I'm gonna end this broadcast because we're just kind of talking and hanging out, and doesn't look like nobody's watching. Yeah.
Jesus.
So thanks for hanging out, everybody who is watching this, whatever, and
Yep.
we'll see you in the next one.
End the broadcast.